Alright guys, welcome back to Denis Montreal beer reviews. So I'm going to do one more Belgian beer and then move back to the Canadian IPAs, I guess, saga, and finish up those. I have two more beers to come and to be reviewed. So the beer for today is the famous Belgian Gouden Carolus. I think that's how it's pronounced, at least remotely similar. So this is an acclaimed Belgian strong dark ale, which is one of my favorite styles, I guess, of beer. 8.5 is the ABV. This one is last year's release, I think. I've had this bottle for over a year. It's one of those beers I just haven't gotten to, I guess, up until now. So this beer used to be sold here in Montreal at the local liquor stores. That's where I got it, but then they discontinued it. So I probably won't see this for a while, at least in my neck of the woods. But it's widely distributed in the States and in Europe. You can get it in big bottles. This is a classic. I'm not sure if they have other beers. They might have other varieties. I think I've seen some. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's try this beer and see how it compares to other great Belgian strong dark ales. Alright, so that's the cap. It has the logo of the brewery and it's called Het Anker. I pulled out my old but trusty Leffe glass. I haven't touched this in I think a year or two. It's always nice to drink a Belgian beer from a white glass, even though tulips are great as well. This way you can manage the head pretty well. This beer has really good ratings on the beer forums and Beer Advocate and Rate Beer. Okay, so we're looking at a typical Belgian strong dark ale kind of looking body. Slightly cloudy brown with a bit of a red, kind of ruby red hue. Nice looking caramel head. Interesting, I'm getting a very fruity smell, dark fruit mostly. Plums and raisins, a bit of that date kind of thing at the back. Slight cherry notes. Touch of chocolate. Some pretty strong Belgian yeast smell. A bit of alcohol, I think, and also a bit of smells a little similar to red wine as well. So cheers, Gouden Carolus. Oh, this one's a bit of a monster. It's a huge mouthfeel you get from the beginning. Pretty thick. A slight syrupness to it as well. I'm getting some alcohol right from the start, but it's a very tasty beer. Sweet caramel, chocolate, probably dark chocolate. At the back you get a very apparent prune taste which lingers on. I've got to say, most Belgian strong dark ales should have at least some level of that kind of dark fruit flavor profile, but I guess the scale is always different. This one probably beats everything I've had in terms of the intensity of that. So that prune taste just lingers on. I've never had that in the beer. It's really lovely. And the alcohol really shows up right up front. I just start to swallow the beer, then it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to call it boozy at this point. I let it out of the fridge so it's not too cold. I want to enjoy the full flavor. But it's very deep. A bit of cherry, a bit of chocolate, a slight bitterness at the back. But that prune, whoa, boy, the prune taste is amazing. Very intense, very flavorful, very enjoyable. It's getting cold outside, so that's a perfect beer to have in this time of the year. I'm going to come back to you. So far, it's an interesting experience, and it's got a very interesting quality to it that I've never actually tasted in other Belgian strong dark ales. Alright guys, I'm back with the lovely Gouden Carolus. Tell you what, this beer has just reinforced my love for this style of beer. It's not the most sessionable or drinkable example of the style, no doubt about that. But once again, as I've said, the alcohol doesn't really let you down that much. It is there, it shows up, but doesn't affect the overall drinkability that much. But the thing is, this is probably one of the most flavorful examples of the style. This is very, very true to the style, and it's just a little more to it. That's I guess its strong point. I'm starting to get a little buzz, but this beer is all about dark fruit, and I'm not sure if there are beers that can compete with it in terms of the depth of the fruit profile. I mean, Chimay Blue is also very intense, but that's it's even stronger. It's 9%, this is 8.5%. And I think this beats it in terms of the fruitiness. So if you like fruitcake, if you like Christmas pudding, if If you like things like that, anything with raisins, prunes, dates, stuff like that, this is excellent. You should try it. If you consider yourself a fan of Belgian beers and Belgian dark beers, I guess this is a must-try beer for sure. And I'm really sad they discontinued it. I guess there was not enough demand in Quebec for it for some reason. Yeah, this is just excellent. I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. I guess the dark hull would be the only kind of weak point. It's a bit on the heavier side in terms of the mouthfeel, but should be a problem. Very rich and malty, and getting some roastiness at the back. Not bitter, maybe a slight bitterness, but nothing a beer drinker could handle. Getting a bit of a buzz right now, so I think I'm going to stop it here. But either way, this is a great tasting beer and great drinking beer nonetheless. Gouden Carolus Classic. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 as I've said. I'll see you in the next episode, guys. I'll be back with more IPAs. See you next time. Cheers. Take a good beer.